This is gonna be fun, because I don't know what I'm doing. I have a lot of stuff in my heart that I want to share. Look at my hair, it's so funny. Most of you will know that I've grown up in a Christian family. I was pretty devoted. Something happened in my first year of uni that really made me question my faith. A big part of my struggles was about identity and about image. I fell into this trap of obsessing over my body image, obsessing over exercise, over what I ate. It was crippling because I wasn't able to just do like normal things, like go to cafes and eat with people. I just felt this paranoia of like gaining weight, of having people see that I'm not okay, of having people see that like despite my smiles and despite all my like banter, I was scared of letting people see that actually like there are nights that I cried myself to sleep. There were nights that I was like crying on the toilet floor. There were nights that, yeah, I just like didn't know where God was, and I didn't know where hope was. I didn't know why God would put me on an earth where it seemed like each day was just another struggle. This story that I'm sharing, it's not for me. It's not for anyone else but God. But I'm just hoping that in this sharing of mine, you'll find God yourself. Whatever your history with Him looks like, I pray that this would be an encouragement to you guys, because I know that I needed this when I was in that place. So the songs that I'm sharing, they came from my heart out of a place of real desperation. Cries normally of like, where are you, God? Back then, I knew your name, I knew your stories. Your voice rang clear, it was the only one I knew. But as the years passed by, new voices creep into my mind. How do we know this book is true? Can we trust the words of men who lived so many years ago? So many doubts, so many questions. The voices keep coming from every direction. So I try to search for answers, to know what is the truth. But each time I find an answer, I find more gaps to fill. I wanna quit, I wanna give up on this search. What's the point if no one ever really knows they've got it right? The questions, they go round, round in circles. They never end, I'm chasing shadows. My doubt it goes, I know can't control it. Take me back to a clear space. The questions, they go round and round, chasing shadows. My doubt it crowds my mind. Take me back to a clear space. Take me back to my carefree days. Take me back. I wanna be safe in your embrace. So that was the first ever song I wrote. Didn't even know I was writing a song, to be honest. Yeah, I was just really frustrated with all my questionings, and so I put them to music. And I just encourage some of you guys, I think, yeah, don't limit yourself to how you want to talk to God or how you want to pursue truth, and ask those deep questions, because I know in my journey of healing that if I didn't keep asking questions, I would have just stayed in this pit of despair, and that is not where Jesus wants us to stay. The more I asked questions, the more I found that actually there are answers to them, and actually the answers are very logical, and there's like reason founded in these answers. But there were still times when I just wasn't satisfied, and I just had more questions still. Just asking questions with our head is not enough. There needs to be a point where our hearts are open to receiving truth. If we get stuck in this circle, the cycle of asking the wrong questions, our minds can drift and our minds can stray. And only when I asked myself, if Jesus really was God, what does that mean for my life, and really seeing Jesus as a person and not just like an intellectual idea, I saw my life transformed. And I think you guys will see it too. Like, it's not just my hair, like pretty tragic right now, but there's this like new freedom and joy and boldness that I don't claim as my own. And it's available, like it's freely available to anyone who opens up their heart and really desires to know Jesus for themselves. So something I've been learning recently on this healing journey from eating disorders is that healing is not a linear journey. There's no just like one single path, one road to follow, like step-by-step formula, and voila, you're healed. I believe that healing really is a process, and there are layers of healing. And the Bible calls this the renewal of the mind, when you're like rewiring these unhealthy thoughts, these untrue thoughts that we believe. And I think this rewiring of the mind is so necessary in this world where there are just so many voices, and it's hard to distinguish sometimes even like which voice is our own in our own minds. There is someone who is a rock amidst all those voices. There is a voice who is constant, and that's Jesus's voice. And I've experienced time and time again moments where I don't even recognize myself in the mirror, but somehow he pulls me through. And it's these moments that I hear him say, "Be still." He tells my mind, "Be still, because I see you, and I know you. I know you intimately." He tells the storm to be still. You tell the wind and the sea to be calm. You tell the demons inside to get lost. What can I fear with you inside this boat? You tell me you follow me and leave the rest behind. When the thunder strikes, it's your voice I'll listen to. Cancel this frantic mind, the voice that come cleanse the sick, can't heal this battered heart. Jesus, help me hear your voice above all other noise, distracting me from your power, your love, your grace. My feet, they're bound to tremble, at the howling of the wind. I'll cry out your name. Your hand it reaches out against your voice, the winds they cease. I am not afraid. The reason why a lot of my songs don't have endings is that they're literally just like a stream of consciousness, like almost like a ramble, a rant at God, like I don't understand, or like help me understand. And I just want to encourage anyone else who also has this kind of like spaghetti brains to actually press in. And there's beauty in the way that our minds are created, and so yeah, don't be afraid to express yourself to God the way that you naturally do. My first songs kind of started as like rants at Him. They very naturally transitioned from a place of bitterness towards God. As I discovered who God really was for myself and learnt that He's actually a comforter and He's actually amidst us in this pain and the struggles, as I saw that He's not like an angry, punishing Asian dad, but that He actually is really loving, and He gives like big embraces. I found that He is my counselor and He is my comforter, and that above all, aside from my like physical and mental healing, He actually brings restoration in the deep, deep corners of our hearts, in areas that we don't even realize we're hurt. There you are, perfect, crowned with the glory of a king. Here I am, broken, stained by the conscience of a thief. Yet you washed me clean, whiter than snow. By your stripes I am healed. Even when I didn't know I needed healing, you were there to close my wounds. Even when I didn't know I needed fixing, you transformed this heart of stone to one of flesh. Yeah, that verse has been really key for me, transforming a heart of stone to one of flesh. And I was just so shook that I wrote this in like 2017, because it just shows that God was so clearly at work in my heart even before I knew it. Even as I was like accusing Him and like angry, He was just so gentle in guiding me on this path of not only healing in my mental and physical health, but of spiritual restoration into who I am today. This transformation, it was really only possible when I opened my heart to Him. I think a lot of times we can desire a quick fix for the situations we're in and the problems we face, but God, He's so kind that He wants us to grow and learn from the process of healing rather than the like in the moment healing. It takes persistence to keep coming back and being like, I want more than where the suffering that I'm sitting in right now. And takes persistence and understanding of who God is, to not just bury our heads in sands of doubt and confusion, to not just be happy with less than freedom, because He desires freedom for us. Are you there? Or is it all just in my head? Speak to me, let me see. See by faith, not through this worldly view of vision. Give this faith deep roots in me. So when my mind lacks, I'll stand firm in my convictions, and what was real stays true today. you're there in each of our minds. Different expressions, but still there. Father, it's you who softens our hearts. Help us see with fresh eyes. What is faith but the surrender to instinct? Swept in the waves of the unknown. Can't explain how minds can only go so far. Reasons. Well, it might not even be put on YouTube, so good thing you guys are here. A heart once heavy, a heart once weak, a heart that found itself enslaved to death's commands. No light reaches a dungeon cell. Or so I thought until truth's power broke these walls. And now this heart, it walks in freedom. This heart is being set free. This heart has walked away from all the chains being. This heart, it walks in freedom. This heart is being set free. This heart walked away from all the chains being. So now my path is paved by the words of my Savior. He has power to set my heart free. He set my heart free. Freely I can sing of His faithfulness. Again, this is just a testament to how God really has set my heart free, because I was once someone that was like so self-conscious. I'd be scared of going to parties sober, asking strangers for directions. There's so many social pressures already, and Jesus just wants to set us free from every chain that is hindering us from that true freedom. A big transformation as well has been me admitting that, you know what, I can't do life alone. Spoiler alert for any of you who don't know that, like, we weren't designed to live alone. I found community in ways that I had never imagined. I think there are some people who might watch this who social media is your form of escape. Social media has become a prison that you didn't know about. And I just want to say sorry that you have felt this way. What you're feeling right now was never meant to be. And what you're feeling is also not permanent. Because I was in a place where I thought my reality was permanent. But I've truly, truly found healing in like the most inexplicable ways. Healing that has allowed me to lay down my pride and say, yeah, I actually need help, and I'm going to seek a psychologist, I'm going to seek a dietitian to help me get out of these eating disorders. And it's been a few weeks now, and I'm not here to give advice. Yeah, I'm not here to counsel anyone, but I hope that I can lead you to the counselor, because even in my journeys of like with therapy, it's amazing because God speaks to me through those sessions. And things that he's been revealing to me, it's almost like there's been this like super dusty house with like cobwebs everywhere, and he's slowly and ever so gently like cleaning out each corner of each room in the house. And there are some rooms that I didn't even know were there. This healing journey, it's uncomfortable and it's painful. Like, you don't want to go in that room, God, but then he goes in there, and then we come out cleaner when he like takes in that feather duster, and he takes in, you know, the different tools that only the maker of our hearts know which tools to use. So I just want to speak to anyone who is feeling crippled by any form of mental health issues or any form of social anxiety. This was never meant to be. Love's flame burns like a fire. He can heat up the coldest of hearts. Even glass can be molded. Through the heating, her shape comes to be. They say say that fire burns. They say that fire hurts. Love's flame will never scar. He heals up hidden scars. Love is the heat that molds and forms every fragile heart of glass. Even the broken, shattered scars, he'll piece them back together. I see the gold that's filling in every crooked line that cracks. Even the broken pots of clay, he'll piece them back together. Why won't you draw near now, closer to the flame? Let him shape your heart afresh, this heart of glass made new. Oh, he makes your heart anew. Won't you let him in today, into your heart today? Yeah, obviously life is not perfect. I'm still on a journey. I think that we don't give ourselves enough credit for the journey that we've traveled. And yeah, I would love for you guys also to share more about the victories and the mountain peaks you've climbed. Like, it's so easy to forget. It's so easy to think we haven't moved, but we're always traveling and we're never stationary.